We're watching a game of Gabriel versus Kelvin.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what decks they're playing. Kelvin tends to change up his decks quite a lot. So, yeah.
I think he's
So does everyone.
playing
Is he
white
playing
trash.
Dredge? White trash. What the hell is white trash, by the way?
Some mono white thing.
White trash. Let's look it up. So white trash is a Adria Marti. Very fun. Jotan Grant, Kataki Wars Wage, Leonin Arbiter, Relic Warder, Porcelain Legionnaire. Basically very small, two drops actually. Primarily white. But it's got a lot of hate. It's one of those metagame decks. Even Mind Sensor, Grand Abolisher, Graph, Digger's Cage, Oblivion Stone, Stony Silence. Main board hate against artifacts. Because there are only so many archetypes so many archetypes in Vintage. And the most popular one is the brown deck and the boogeyman of the format, I've been told, which is
Boogeyman.
Dredge.
Oh, but he's not playing the white trash.
No, he's not playing white trash. Damn. What is he playing?
You're showing it off earlier, so I thought you're playing it.
Oh, okay, no. I know what he's playing. He's playing Miracles. Miracle Top. Counterbalance, Counter Top.
Oh,
Yep.
so there can be miracles.
There can be miracles. Do you guys believe? In the chat, let us know. But yeah, it's a pretty nice deck, I think. Quite nice. Yeah, he showed me the vintage. He showed me the legacy version of that deck. Because he's a big legacy player, but since we're only playing vintage here, I guess he converted his deck to vintage. And since it's playtest night, you can put in your very inexpensive Black Lotus playtest card or your very inexpensive Mox.
No, they are those cards. Just very close proximities of those cards.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very close proximities of those cards. So yeah. Okay, so Kelvin is running the Dredge deck. The Dredge deck is really fun because, you just... Oh man, it is so fun.
Wasn't this Miracles a moment ago?
No. Kelvin is running the Dredge deck. Gabriel is running the Miracles deck.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's a little troublesome. Like the first, the minute you drop that Bazaar Baghdad, like you've almost won the game.
Baghdad.
Turn 1 Bazaar Baghdad.
So what's
really
this?
hard
Is
to
this his
beat.
graveyard now or what?
So yeah, the what you see in front of him is his graveyard. The 4 cards you see, 2 up, 2 down, is actually his hand. And then there's the battlefield. This needs a bigger table. We need a bigger table. Mark, please get a bigger table. I know you watch the replays, so do something about it.
Get a bigger table.
Yeah, get a bigger feature match table, man. Then you can put your logo big. Although some people are complaining that like the logo makes things a little bit hard to see, and yes, true, there is some glare on the cards. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna try to get a proper sized feature match area with a proper mat, and so that everybody can watch what's happening.
Right.
Let me take away the ticker so people get a better view of the table. And yeah, you can see in the background the wires running all over the shop. Try not to draw attention to that, but I just did. So yeah, zombie tokens. Zombie tokens.
What are those?
Those are from Bridge from Below. Bridge from Below. Okay, let me bring up the card text. Bridge from Below. Bomberman. There's a Bomberman deck for Vintage. This is quite cute. Trinket Mage, Aureox Salvagers, Avon Mind Sensor. Okay, never mind. Anyway, Bridge from Below. This card does a lot of things. Very complicated card. Let me try to read it. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. When a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, if Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, exile Bridge from Below. Complicated?
Nope,
Yeah, okay.
not at all.
Not at all, but it combos. It helps the dredge player to combo off very efficiently.
Sweet.
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 So yeah, man, there's a lot of noise in the shop. Oh, you know what? We forgot to start the timer.
Oh snap.
Oh snap! Well, oh man. And so what's gonna happen is that he's going to use Dread Return, sacrifice 3 of his tokens, bring back something good, and then sacrifice that thing, and then put even more zombie tokens on the battlefield. So that's how the Dredge deck works. And Bazaar back that, like just, discard the Bazaar, draw, and then you discard your entire graveyard, discard your entire library. Because that's how Dredge works.
That sounds so exciting.
So exciting, right?
I know.
So yeah, instead of drawing now, I think he's gonna dredge a few cards. Yeah, and playing the land, okay, so Undiscovered Paradise works very well with the deck because you use Bloodghast. So every time you tap the Undiscovered Paradise for mana of any color, so you can tap it for mana of any color, during your untapped step, it returns back to your hand. And then you can lay it again, and then you get all the Bloodghast back, and then you can sacrifice another 3 creatures. And the chain keeps going. And so you got Bridge from Below. It just keeps going. This is wow. Really do we need to keep playing? So yeah, Gabriel needs to find a way to sacrifice a creature. Just one creature. He gets rid of the Bridge from Below. But the engine, I mean, he's doing it already. The engine, it's too late. Like, it's way too late. So he lays that land, gets back all the Bloodghasts. Yep, another Bloodghast. I think, no, all 3 are there? All 4? 3. Yeah. So the reason why it's arranged this way is because okay. So the Electronaut is there. So the reason why it's arranged this way is because realistically for the Dredge player, the deck, his hand is his graveyard. Just playing with those few cards, just helps to activate his deck. Nakamoeba and Nakamoeba, Bridge from Below, they all interact very well. Yeah. So I wonder if I don't think Prize Amalgam is played in the deck. But somebody in the Twitch chat might enlighten me, because I'm not the best vintage player. In fact, I'm not a vintage player at all. Alright. So we're going to game 2 between Gabriel versus Kelvin. If you're just joining us, it is Throwback Thursdays at Grey Ogre Games, powered by the Palm 9 podcast. It's vintage playtest night. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts. Ruben has walked away somewhere. Ruben! Well, he's not going to respond. But anyway. I'm not sure what Gabriel can do to lock Kelvin out though. That game ended on like turn 4. That was very, very fast. Golgari Grave Troll, being able to dredge 6 is a very big thing, especially with Bazaar back that you draw 2, which means that you effectively dredge 11 or 12 cards a turn, which means that you're effectively drawing 12 cards because your graveyard is your hand. And then after you get back the Golgari Grave Troll, you just throw it back into the graveyard. Nobody, So yeah, we are waiting for them to sideboard their decks. While we're waiting, you can well, there's a few things that I want to tell you about. If you are in GP, if you're going to GPLA, you can pick up your an Emraklu token by visiting the Grey Ogre Games booth at GPLA. Look specifically for Ben and tell him the secret password, which is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah, that is the secret password. He might look a little puzzled, but fret not. You know, he knows what's going on. The other thing is that we are streaming here from Singapore, from Grey Ogre Games. And if you're in Singapore, do drop by 83 Club Street. Yeah, and just say hi or just play cards with us, play real Magic with us. Otherwise, you can follow all our social medias. You can follow this stream, twitch.tv/theasianjudge, twitch.tv/Grey Ogre Games. You can find us on all forms of social media, Facebook, Grey Ogre Games, Power 9 Podcast. You can find us on where else can you find us? You can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, on yeah, mainly those two. You can find us on our websites as well. So yeah. I think they're set up for game 2. It's been what, 7 minutes in, 8 minutes in. The timer's a little off, so whoops. Yeah. If you're just joining us, this is game 2 between Gabriel versus Kelvin. For the Throwback Thursdays at Grey Ogre Games is Vintage Playtest Night. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts, also the host of Power 9 Podcast. I will just put it out there. Do listen to our show. This week we talked about Dungeons and Dragons and the crossover. It's very fun episode. We had a very fun guy on. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what Gabriel can put in. I guess a rest in peace. That would be very good. Very good. Or containment priest would be very good. Rest in peace is easy to get rid of for Kelvin. So containment priest is a little harder. Kelvin doesn't have the tools to doesn't really have the tools to like get rid of creatures. I'm guessing in Gabriel's hand is the answers, the sideboards, but it doesn't have the mana to cast it. So yeah, he's gonna mulligan down to 6. Unfortunate. Kelvin looks like he's gonna keep his hand. See, that's why WotC has like multiple cameras so that we can go back and forth between games. But yeah, I mean, like you're listening to or you're watching this podcast, not podcast, this stream, to I guess learn more about Vintage. There isn't a lot of coverage for Vintage. I think LSV does sometimes, but there's not a lot of people who do play Vintage. And here we're seeing Vintage being played by one of the best players around, Kelvin Hoon. I think, not I think, I know, ex-pro, and now he's just playing Magic. Everybody likes playing Vintage. The old players like playing Vintage. Also because they already have the cards. We don't have the cards, so we can't really play. It looks like Gabriel's going to mulligan down to 5. Easy game. Easy game. Well, that's an interesting. Is that a Tron? Are those Tron sleeves? Are those like lightsaber sleeves? Anyway. So yeah, I think Dredge may be one of the more straightforward decks to play. Yeah, but I've been watching it. I've been watching this Throwback Thursdays for quite a while now. I think I picked up some things, but yeah, Dredge is the key to making it work. Really, is a Bazaar Baghdad. Maybe I'm wrong, but Bazaar Baghdad is very, very, very strong in that deck. All right, so haha, it's a Mox and a land. Hmm. So with 2 mana, what could he cast that would be good? I wonder what it could be. And likely. What is that? Oh, it's a time walk. Okay, so just to draw an extra card, but I say just to draw an extra card, but it's it's important. That extra card is important. Um, if he starts off with Bazaar back then, nope. Cabal Therapy. Is that gonna get counter? No, Contagion Priest. Sorry, that's not a Cabal Therapy. Yeah, there is a Cabal Therapy. A Contagion Priest enters the battlefield, takes away the Gush, which takes away all the card drawing action. Bazaar Baghdad, of course. Like, that's what you want to start off with, right? He's not going to play the Mana Crypt first. I think so. Bazaar's going to draw 2 cards. It's going to discard 3. So, Cabal Therapy. Yeah, it was a Cabal Therapy. My bad. So, Cabal Therapy, Stingweed Imp, and another Cabal Therapy. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Draws a card. He's not going to dredge though. The Thespian stage also, I forget what it's used for though. So yeah, Containment Priest very, very strong against Kelvin, because he needs, clearly he needs to have some way to get rid of the Containment Priest. And I think he does. It's going to be really tough. Does he want to give up? Okay. So he doesn't want to give up the he doesn't want to start dredging just yet. But why is that? I wish I had Ben with me and we could answer that question. Why isn't Calvin starting to dredge? So he draws 2, discards 2 more. Oh, discards 3 more. Does he want to give up the Stinkweed Imp? Because once he gives up the Stinkweed Imp, he can start getting more, you know. Yeah. So yeah, the Containment Priest, if you guys didn't know, I'm going to bring up the actual text. Containment Priest. Containment Priest. Whenever a creature, if a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. So right now, Kelvin basically has to cast his creatures because there's no way to get rid of the Containment Priest. It's going to be a little tough. So he just draws 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be really tricky. He needs to lay a land. Yes. Okay, so it's a land. Maybe it's not a land. Is that a land? I think it might be a Mox. In any case, it's mana that he can use to cast the Stingweed Imp and start to block the Containment Priests. A third Containment Priest. And I gotta pause because I want to put out the live. Be right back. because Mark forgot to charge his phone. We do need a better life counter, some way to tell the life. This looks quite bleak for Kelvin. Containment Priest is a very good card. Kelvin needs to find a way to get rid of it somehow. And yeah, causing the Containment Priest to die right now would cause the Bridge from Belows to be exiled, which kind of sucks. But with that on the stack, Kelvin could sacrifice, could sacrifice some creatures in response. But right now it's looking very, very, very bleak. Three Containment Priests just to stop the Dredge deck. Well, I won't say just to stop the Dredge deck. So I don't think Kelvin has an out right now. His Bloodghast can't block. There must be something in his deck that can deal with the Containment Priest. He casts an Ancestral Visions. Draw 3 cards. Discard 2. Okay, so the Ancestral Visions draws him 3 cards. So now the Bazaar back there is going to try to draw 3 cards. 2 cards and try to find the answer. He needs to drop 2 cards, 3 cards right now. I keep mixing that up. Bazaar Baghdad is not that good. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards. Nope. Yeah, unfortunately for Kelvin, 3 Containment Priests early are very good. So yeah. Containment Priest is a very, very good card because, well, it's one of the harder cards for the Dredge deck to deal with because the Dredge doesn't really care about removal. Doesn't have the I don't think it will play a Dark Blast, will it? To get rid of the Containment Priest. But anyway, yeah, that's the way it does it. So yeah, we're going to game 3 between Gabriel and Kelvin. Gabriel is playing the Miracles deck or Countertop. It's not Miracles, it's Countertop. While Kelvin is playing the Dredge deck, the boogeyman of the format. So yeah.
So I could play something, but then I was without my.
Yeah. Oh, you cannot take land. No, you cannot take land back. Oh, yeah,
Alright, so if you're just joining us, this is Throwback Thursdays at Grailga Games, powered by the Power 9 Podcast. It's Vintage Playtest Night. My name is Mick, I'm one of your hosts. And usually there's somebody else with me, but now he's gone. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere in the crowd. He's hiding in the crowd somewhere, mixing. Ben usually is here teaching me a little bit about Vintage every time we play. But yeah, it's a format that quite a few people enjoy. I want to actually see some people cover Pauper because Pauper is one of those things which is it's got a very high power level for stupid common cards, which is very annoying. So yeah, Golgari Grey Troll, probably the first thing to pitch. Draws a card, drops a Mox, sacks the Mox. and does a rest in peace. So yeah, the reason why he did that first is because he attacks him probe first. It's just so that he knows that the opponent doesn't have natural state or doesn't have nature's reclaim. Not nature's reclaim. Nature's well, that 1 mana destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target the controller gains 4 life. I forget what that card's called. But anyway, this is going to be a bit tough for Kelvin. He needs to draw that. He needs to naturally draw that spell. Or he can just keep casting his creatures. Nakomiba is 3 mana to cast. Bloodgust is 2 black to cast. What is that card? So he draws 2. Gonna discard 3 cards. Is that a Gush? Oh, it's an Ancestral Recall. Ancestral Visions. Recall. Visions. Recall. Ancestral Recall. Goodness, I'm getting the names mixed up. Yes, I just double checked. Ancestral Recall. For those of you who are watching at home, you get to watch it in like 720p full screen. Right now, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what the cards are. That's a Monastery Mentor that just hit the battlefield. How nice. Another a second. Oh man, this is bad. A second rest in peace hits the battlefield. I really wonder what's the out right now. So he draws 2 cards, so he gets to dig a bit deeper. So he discards 1. Discards the second one, and then he can get rid of a 3rd card. I mean, they're not all important. Right now, he's just looking for the answer for the rest in peace, and then he can go off. But yeah, the Monastery Mentor is gonna kick some ass. So Nakomiba is gone. I'm surprised to not see any dredge decks in the top 8 vintage MTG top 8. It's considered a combo deck, which is true. It's true. Yeah, MTGO daily event, top 2 dredge and stacks, of course, because why not? But yeah, I'm surprised not to see more players play dredge. 8% plays dredge. Well, I guess this is the reason why there is a lot of graveyard hate. And if somebody gets it on early, which means you're gonna be in trouble. Kelvin is able to get rid of the Containment Priest. That's one part of the answer. Unfortunately, not quite sure whether it's enough. So that's just 7 damage coming in because he cast a Mox. Okay, so Kelvin's gonna draw a card. Alright, so he's still digging for the answer. So yeah, there goes the bridge from below. Man, this is painful to watch. This is like, it's just clinical. Is he gonna try to go like Dark Depths? I don't think so, right? So now he's gonna beat for 4 damage. And that's 5 damage. Sorry, there was another monk created the last turn. This looks quite bleak. Because right now, if he draws off the Bazaar back, that not quite sure what he'll be looking for. More lands? I don't think you want more lands in this case. Alright, so 2 cards. He'll be left with 1 card. He's just looking for a very, very specific answer. But I don't think he'll get it. The 2 rest in peace were very, very tough. For those of you who are watching at home, you're tuning into the Vintage Playtest Night. Throwback Thursdays, that's what we call them at Grey Ogre Games. So yeah, they're looking for... Yeah, I guess that's what you would be looking for. Contagion? Not contagion, contamination. I believe that's what the card is called. Basically, it's like Force of Will. You can pay 1 life, discard a black, exile a black card, and you put 2 -2/-1 tokens, counters on 2 creatures. So they helps to get rid of the containment priests. So yeah. Okay. Okay, so there seems to be some point of contention here. Yeah. That's it. So that's it. That's the game between Gabriel and Kelvin. There was a lot of graveyard hate on Gabriel's side to have him sideboard in. Gabriel wins 2-1. Yeah, that's just a lot of hate on Gabriel's side of the table. It's a lot, like way too much. Anyway, so yeah. Is the next round coming up already? Oh, okay. So everybody's done. We are going down to our next match.